The road you are traveling is the same one the art collector and newspaper publisher William Randolph Hearst traveled when he began building this estate with his architect Julian Morgan in 1919. They worked on this project for 28 years. All his life, William Randolph Hearst referred to this place as the Ranch at San Simeon, even though in later years he gave it a more formal name, La Cuesta Encantada, the Enchanted Hill. His hilltop estate became one of the most glamorous country houses in America. It was also Mr. Hearst's primary residence on the West Coast, and a place to showcase a stunning collection of Mediterranean art objects, shown against the backdrop of California's beautiful natural landscape. Hundreds of glamorous guests traveled this same road to visit the castle in the 1920s and 30s. But imagine Mr. Hearst first as young Willie, a boy following his father along the winding bridle path that would become this road, climbing on horseback 1,600 feet, or 488 meters, to a hilltop that was often sunny when the fog shrouded the coast during the summertime. Later in life, Mr. Hearst said that the road was so steep and the way so rocky that he only managed by hanging on to the tail of my pony. George Hearst bought the land at San Simeon in 1865 as a cattle and horse ranch. He had married Phoebe Apperson Hearst in 1862, and their only child, Willie, was born in 1863. All three Hearsts grew to love this ranch, and they added to it until it eventually totaled over 250,000 acres, or more than 100,000 square hectares. You will also see open-fronted shelters made of logs that were built for animals in Mr. Hearst's zoo. His love of animals drove him to create the largest private zoo in America, filled with exotic animals from all over the world. You may see herds of tawny animals that resemble mountain goats. They are known as audads and are descendants from Mr. Hearst's original herd, still roaming these hills and mingling with the cattle. William Randolph Hearst was 56 in 1919 when his mother Phoebe died, his father having passed away earlier. William inherited this land he had loved nearly all his life and immediately hired a talented and singular architect, Julia Morgan, whose firm was located in San Francisco. Hearst was overheard walking into Miss Morgan's office and announcing he was tired of camping in tents. "I'm getting a little old for that. I'm thinking of building a little something." Well, his little something became this estate of more than 165 rooms, and he chose to build it on the hill which had served as his family's original campsite. Julia Morgan's first challenges were to make a road from the old bridle path, and also to bring water from the natural springs that were located on a mountain almost 6 miles east of this hilltop. To this day, water provided to the estate comes from the same 1.5 million gallon reservoir built by Miss Morgan and Mr. Hearst in the 1930s. Some of it is stored in tanks atop the castle's bell towers. You may also glimpse a 16 million gallon reservoir recently built by the Hearst Corporation to provide water for the current family ranch operation. The Mediterranean climate of this region brings hot, dry summers and cool, wet winters, a perfect setting for the native oak trees known as coastal live oaks, or Quercus agrifolia. These are the large trees we pass, which have spreading low branches, small dark green leaves, and rough brown bark. Mr. Hearst and Miss Morgan designed the road to wind around the trees, some of which are more than 300 years old. On the hilltop, they sited the buildings around the oaks, and occasionally even moved a massive oak out of the way as the castle grew.
Over her head, that meant she was Sekhmet, the fierce one, the protector of the sun god Ra. She is nearing 3,600 years old. For a little time perspective, that would be almost literally in the time of Moses. And that's what's going to welcome you here. Now, some of you are taking a peek. You're looking at the front of Mr. Hearst's two-story bungalow. And you see the limestone facing. That's the finished look. And if you look straight away to the south wing, it looks different. Hearst leaves here in 1947 at the age of 84. He's got a heart condition. Can't convince his cardiologist to come live with him. So he has to move to...
You'll notice the hillsides are also covered with grasses. With the winter rains, these grasses turn a rich green. In the summer and fall, they change color to a golden brown. Mr. Hearst filled these pastures with his exotic zoo animals. In his day, guests traveling this road would have passed by antelopes, yaks, giraffes, llamas, water buffalo, bison, and more than 100 other species. Most are gone now, but in addition to the audads, today you might see sambar deer and Roosevelt elk mingled with the cattle. Keep watching.
Keep going. We need to get everybody to stand on the tour mat. Now, I gave you an indication that you were going to walk into a grand room. What do you think? Would you call this a grand room? I do too. I never get tired of this room. And again, it's a tribute to William Randolph Hearst and his architect, Julie Morgan. 2,500 square feet. Now, they said 1922 when they designed this, an average home in San Francisco was about 1,200 square feet. So you could put two average San Francisco homes inside of Mr. Hearst's assembly room, the living room. Now, part of the reason it's 2,500 square feet is he wants the place to house his art. Hearst has probably the finest collection of tapestries in the United States. And he's a newspaper man, 28 newspapers, 14 magazines, and he somehow thinks tapestries tell a story. So if we look to the north wall here, from a Peter Paul Rubens painting, it's the church triumphant over ignorance and blindness. It's a 17th century Franco-Flemish painting. It tells the story of the church. But Hearst is really proud of the 4 large tapestries, of which you only see 3 today. He bought them in 1922. So the one that you see that's missing the empty wall is down at the visitor center. It's being restored. But they were from a set of 10. The deeds of Scipio Africanus, the general who beat Hannibal, bringing the elephants over the Alps in the Punic Wars. Done in 1550, an artist named Romano who had Raphael. I will not copy another. So in 1812, about that time, at the request of Napoleon, that Venus Italica was made. The people of Florence were so elated that they asked for more. There are 4 of these Venus Italicas in the world. The other 3 are in museums in Europe. This is the only one in the United States. Now, what Hearst is going to tell you that this particular has a unique history. It was in Napoleon's brother. The outside edges, they're dark. That's probably the look of the original ceiling, as Hearst likes it dark. But one of our museum staff saw the red, white, and black behind all of that, the soot and the dirt of the years. They saw the color, so this has gone through 10 years of restoration. Hearst didn't see it like you see. You had been in the palace of Alfonso V in Aragon, Spain in the 15th century to see the ceiling as you're seeing it today. So Hearst is letting us see something he never got to see. Then you see the triptych, again from Aragon, Spain. And it's got the Ascension of Jesus. Now, Lindsay has been holding out on us. You may not know, it is not in Mr. Hearst. If you look up another, this is a 15th century Spanish hand-painted ceiling, fully restored. And this is the billiard room. And who could play billiards back in the 30s?
Everybody.
Men only.
Oh, really?
All right, Hearst is progressive. Now, you may not know his mother, Phoebe Apperson Hearst, was the first female regent at UC Berkeley in the 1890s. And you know what mom taught her son? You might find this revolutionary. She said women can do anything men can.
Yay.
Yeah, can you imagine that? And that's one of the reasons Hearst has a female architect. He's the first newspaper man to put a woman in charge of a newspaper in Chicago, and is a magazine editor, first woman editor in London. So he really believed, keep coming in, we're going to be family and friends, keep moving forward if you will. He is here.
Turley Vineyards.
Oh, sorry.
Can I get in there?
You can actually probably get on the bench.
Get in the tree there.
Right in, watch your head, please, when you get up.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
For the record, 2 bottles of Uberoth Vineyard Zinfandel from Turley and 1 bottle of the white Zinfandel Rosé have been ordered. Turley Winery. See inside. We had our tasting outside.